When it comes to working out in a garage gym, you have to be creative. And when push comes to shove, sometimes you gotta build your own equipment. What's up, Outliers? Welcome to my garage gym interview series, where I sit down and chop it up with multiple garage gym owners, not just from here in the United States, but all the way across the world. Today's guest is Kaizen DIY Gym. He's a legend on Instagram and YouTube and well known for being one of the most creative minds in the garage gym community.
Thanks so much for making the time to do this with me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Happy to be here. I'm looking forward to showing you my gym. I spent a lot of time cleaning it up. Like it gets pretty messy because I'm always like building and prototyping, and I just have like piles of wood sitting all over the basement.
Oh, yeah.
So I spent a lot of like Thursday and Friday cleaning up. So it looks pretty good now.
Let's start with where people can find you. What's your Instagram handle, your YouTube, and anywhere else that people can find you?
Yeah, so it's all the same everywhere. It's Kaizen, Kaizen DIY Gym. So
I love the logo. Did you make the logo?
Oh yeah.
You did? Very nice.
Man.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's retro. It's like
I'm
old school.
a child of the
game.
80s, man. I love it.
Very cool.
He's been working out for about 2.5 years.
So how long have you been working out for?
So I've been doing home workouts for about 2.5 years.
Oh wow, okay.
So not like a super long time. I've been woodworking for about 6 years. So a long time before I started working out, I was doing woodworking, and I'm all a self-taught woodworker.
Yeah, man, the stuff you make, I've seen a lot of it, and it's just mad impressive what you do, what you're able to accomplish.
Kaizen DIY Gym is known for building some of the most creative home gym equipment there is. It's even hard for me to comprehend the creativity and the mind behind some of his equipment.
So as far as the things that you do make, is it stuff that you feel like you're working on in your gym and you're like, oh, I wish I had a leg press, so I'm gonna try and make one? Or is it ideas that people give you, or what's your kind of process as far as making stuff for your gym?
Yeah, so it started like that. And so I started making simple stuff, and the more I was going with it, the more people were requesting stuff of me. And now I have a list of like 30 things that
I'm sure
people want me to make, and I'm slowly working my way down it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Stuff I never would have thought of to make myself, or stuff I wouldn't think is possible to make. I've been able to figure it out and get some crazy stuff made.
Can you give me an example of one of the most recent things that you've made that was something that you wouldn't have ever even thought?
The leg press that I just made.
Oh yeah.
The rack mounted leg press. Like I personally would never have thought I needed that product. So it's not something that I would have decided to make for myself. But somebody just in a story, they were like, I wonder if Kaizen can make this. And I was like, I saw it. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, bro, I'm just going to make it just because you don't think I can, or because you want to challenge me. I'll take the challenge any day.
So is there a certain type of modality of fitness that you kind of pursue? Do you kind of fall into a category of bodybuilding or powerlifting?
Following the 5-3-1 program right now. So I don't even.
The Jim Wendler 531 is a fantastic strength program that I myself have done multiple times and am a huge advocate for.
I lift weights and I do very little cardio. Like I have a rower and an echo bike that I use them both between the two about 10 minutes every workout. But yeah, aside from that, I'm just pushing heavy shit around. So
right on. So what do you think is the most vital piece of equipment in your garage gym?
My power rack.
The power rack.
Just there's so much you can do with a power rack. Like if I only had one piece of equipment, minus got to have a barbell and weights. Like if I only had one big piece, it would be the power rack, because you do everything. Everything's sort of centered around the power rack. So
besides the jammer arms that I'm assuming is going to be your next project, is there a piece of equipment that you wish you had in your garage gym?
Honestly, no, man. Like
that's fantastic.
Had it all.
I love that answer. I wish I could say the same.
I think that's really best part about a garage gym is you can contour it, or you can tailor it to your specific needs. You know, it's your gym, and that's amazing. So what in your opinion, what's the biggest challenge of working out in a garage gym?
Ideally, you would have 20 or 30 grand and you would just build a gym, right? And you would do it all at once. But most of us don't have that. So the biggest challenge is like, I've got $1,000 to spend on something. What do I get? And then I have another 500. I need to get this piece. But then once you get those 3 pieces, the next thing you want to get is not going to fit in the space you have. So then you got to like move things around or sell something in order to get this. So like, that's the challenge, is figuring it out as you go.
One of the biggest challenges to owning a garage gym is really building it, because when you have such a limited amount of space, you have to choose your equipment wisely. Whether you're building it or buying it, your space is crucial. And so buying a piece of equipment that isn't versatile can be pretty difficult, especially when you don't have all the money to drop at once.
I've rearranged my gym countless times, you know, and one of my big pieces is a big old universal, basically all body machine. You know, you have cables on one side, a leg press on another side, a chest press and a Viking press, and it's like a 4-sided just behemoth. And so moving that thing around is absolutely brutal.
For sure.
In order to make room for other equipment, you know, it's necessary. And so we're always adjusting it. So in your opinion, what's the biggest benefit of working out in a garage gym? What's your favorite thing about having a garage gym?
Like just being able to wake up a half an hour before I want to work out, wake up, drink my pre-workout, chill for 30 minutes, walk downstairs because mine's in my basement, and start working out.
Convenience. It's all about what you want.
I was never a commercial gym guy. Like I tried working out, and all throughout, like after high school, I would go for a few weeks and I would eventually stop. And then a few years later, I would try again, go for a few weeks and eventually stop. Like I wasn't able to start working out consistently until I had a home gym. And now that I have been for like 2.5 years, I will never go back.
That's 100%.
Awesome. Nothing interesting. There's nothing interests me about any other sort of workout space. Like this is it for me for life.
So you are most definitely, it sounds like, an advocate for a garage gym. So would you recommend building a garage gym for the average person?
It's not for everybody, and I realize that some people work out better when they have peers around to urge them and push them. I wouldn't say, as a blanket statement, everybody needs to have a garage gym, but I would say that there's a large portion of the population that may be similar to me, where they want to do fitness, but they just never really fit into a commercial gym type space. And for anybody that's like that, this is perfect. So, I mean, it really depends on what your fitness goals are, what you're comfortable with, where you're comfortable, and, you know, how your motivation, because you really have to be motivated to work out on your own.
Absolutely. Okay. If you could offer one piece of advice to anybody struggling in their fitness journey, what would that piece of advice be?
Man, I don't know that I have a good answer for this one. Like it really comes down to personal motivation. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen bad health outcomes where people don't take care of themselves for, 30, 40, 50 years, and where that lands them when they're in their 50s and 60s. And I know that I personally don't want to be there.
Right.
I want to be healthy and be a big part of my children's lives and grandchildren's lives. So that, like, seeing the bigger picture is what motivates me. So maybe thinking on those terms, thinking like, what do you want your life to be like 10 years from now, 20 years from now?
That is a great way to think about fitness and help motivate yourself to build that discipline, to get in the gym and live that healthy lifestyle.
Exactly. I think something that, when I think about this question, something that I really try and take to heart is just being transparent and showing that even somebody who's a fitness fanatic, someone who's crazy about fitness and loves working out, even I struggle sometimes. There's days where I struggle to get in the gym. I fall off the bandwagon, but it's all about learning that life is a roller coaster and being okay with that, and just learning to enjoy the ride. you obviously love woodworking and designing. Do you have any other passions outside of working out and woodworking? Right.
I played music a lot in my life. I played guitar, I played drums, I sang, and dabble with anything that I can get my hands on. Also, like, I went to college for filmmaking and I got a degree in filmmaking.
That's awesome.
So now that I'm making YouTube videos, and these tutorials are giving me a really great way to take that knowledge that I learned, and the editing and the sound, the audio and video quality and lighting and everything, and like take that all to wrap it up into something that's useful for other people to check out.
Right.
So
I was super passionate about filmmaking and videography in high school, and that was actually my dream, was to go to college and become a videographer, which didn't end up panning out, but it's so cool to like see it come full circle almost, now I'm making YouTube videos and like I'm utilizing it, and it's wild to look back.
Right.
What's your favorite thing about the Garage Gym community?
There's a lot of just general like positive vibes going around, a lot of advice, a lot of tips. So if it wasn't for the home gym community, I wouldn't be part of it. I probably wouldn't have discovered this. I might not even be working out right now. So I really owe a lot of like where my life is currently to the community, which I think a lot of people in the community also feel this way. So
Absolutely.
It's like, it's a really, really awesome place to be a part of, to contribute to get information from. I mean, it's a really amazing space.
It's truly an amazing community, and I'm so thankful to be a part of it. Kaizen DIY Gym, thank you so much for sitting down and chopping it up with me. And thank you so much on behalf of everyone, because every video that you post is a huge inspiration to not only me, but everybody out there who maybe can't even afford to buy the basic equipment. Because of your extremely affordable DIY projects, you show us what we need and how to build at-home gym equipment. And that is a huge blessing in the Garage Gym community.
Yeah, and like you said, now you're contributing. Now you're going to be that person who's inspiring other people. And, you're doing something which is very unique. You're creating these completely versatile and useful pieces of equipment for people to make in their own garage gyms. You're showing them exactly how and what they need, and that's just an amazing gift to the community. So thank you on behalf of everybody watching this, and all of your followers and my followers. Like, thank you so much for what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm happy to help, and I just keep telling people, like, as long as somebody's willing to watch this stuff, I'll keep making these videos.
Yeah.
Makes me super stoked on Instagram when people tag me after they build something that, based on my tutorial. I'm like blown away, man. That is so cool. Like seeing that stuff, and more is popping up every day. It's like really, really amazing, and makes me super stoked to be a part of it. And I just want to keep this going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you loved these Garage Gym interviews just like I do. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you check out our website. They call us Outliers.com. That's where you can cop all of our merch printed by my beautiful wife in-house. Go check her out at Beyond Capability Empire here on YouTube and on Instagram for all your screen printing needs. Don't miss my next Garage Gym interview where I sit down with 16 Alpha, a man who has a legendary garage gym. Peace.
So before we call it, you want to drop your Instagram handle and where people can find you one more time?
For sure, yeah. It's Kaizen, K-A-I-Z-E-N, Kaizen DIY Gym on Instagram and on YouTube. I'm always on, so if you tag me or DM me, I'm always quick to respond. I love being a part of this community, so any questions about my builds, I'm happy to go back and answer. I love this, so hit me up.